What's going on, everybody? How you doing? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. 50 Narcissists, Manipulation Games and Tactics. That is the title of today's episode. A narcissist will very often use manipulation and underhanded tactics to control their victim. Narcissists engage in manipulation tactics and games to fulfill their need to be or appear superior and powerful. Narcissistic manipulation is not always easy to detect. You may be in a relationship with a narcissist, but may not be able to identify the tactics they use to deceive or manipulate you. Manipulation in a relationship looks different for every narcissist. They will figure out what your greatest struggles and weaknesses are and pinpoint or verbally attack those issues in order to start chipping away at your senses of self and ego. According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, a diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder is defined by a grandiose sense of self, limited capacity for empathy, and a need for excessive admiration. Because of this, a true look at this condition shows us that these people, the narcissists, are capable of inflicting manipulation or cruelty on another person, and they frequently do just that. For narcissist, relationships are often about getting their own needs fulfilled. This may involve a need to constantly feel admired and powerful. If this external validation is not received, there is not much to fall back on for the narcissist. The narcissist will therefore frequently use manipulation tactics to influence and control others. A narcissist feels the urge to maintain control at all costs. Hey, if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button. Thank you. A narcissist uses many ways to try to manipulate their victims. This manipulation is often done to get something that they want from a relationship, to make themselves look good, or to fulfill their narcissistic supply. Manipulation is the use of deception to get what you want. Such tactics are often effective, but they can also be very harmful. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, it is important to know how they manipulate people. Straight to the point, the 50 narcissistic manipulative games and tactics that narcissists use. Hey, don't go anywhere. Please watch all these 50 narcissistic manipulative games and tactics, because all narcissists must use several of these tactics to control you, manipulate you, make you a fool, use and misuse you. Now, number one narcissistic manipulative game and tactic is love bombing. Now, being showered with praise and gifts early in a relationship can feel good, but it is one of the first signs of narcissistic manipulation. How to spot love bombing quickly? You will be told, "I love you," on the first date, or after a week, or after receiving expensive gifts days into a relationship. So love bombing is someone hunting for your attention and dependency. It is a manipulative tactic to draw you in when in reality you don't know each other. Love bombing can take many forms, but it is usually a person pushing too far too soon. It happens when your partner showers you with expensive gifts, flowers, fancy dinners, and together till death do us apart forever conversations. Professes their love to you very fast and very early on in the relationship, or provides you with excessive attention, affection, validation, acknowledgement at all hours of the day. They keep praising you. So, for example, if someone is saying that you're amazing, "I've never met anyone like you before, I want to marry you," when they actually hardly know you at all, that is love bombing. Love bombing can be even more, include more extreme behaviors like stalking and jealousy behaviors. So once this goal has been met and you are engaged, once the love bomber has put you in their box, then they lose interest, and in most cases they'll take advantage of what you now feel for them. Now, the second manipulative game and tactic narcissists love using is triangulation. When someone tries to involve a third party in a dispute for their own gain, that is what we call narcissistic triangulation. Narcissists often bring another person into the picture in order to create drama and make you feel jealous or insecure. They will attempt to play you off against the newcomer or make you feel like you are competing for their attention. They then sit back and enjoy the show while you become increasingly anxious and jealous. Triangulation is also the practice of bringing another person into the dynamics of your relationship in order to elevate yourself and make the other person feel insecure, jealous, or challenged. So this type of manipulation tactic, the triangulation, is used by the narcissist, and it's meant to elevate that narcissist who may be feeling inferior to you. So it can also be used to create conflict and to empower the narcissist when they might be feeling vulnerable, again, because they are feeling inferior to you, to the other person, that is, to you, the victim. So triangulation is getting a third person involved in your communication channels. Triangulation is where a narcissist brings that third person into that dynamic to create insecurity, competition, or even to validate their perspective. They might flirt with someone else in front of their partner. That is triangulation. They compare their partner unfavorably to an ex, or use another person's opinion to discredit their partner's feelings or thoughts. In other words, triangulation is when you send your message through a third person, or justify an action with this third person. You know, narcissist triangulation can also occur when a person tries to bring a third person into a conflict to benefit them. This triangulation can be done within a relationship, or friendship, or even with narcissistic parents. It's also common in the workplace when a boss or coworker brings the third party into a conflict to encourage them to take their side or to deflect from their own actions. Triangulation can also take many forms. A common one is trying to get you jealous and to compete for their attention by incessantly comparing you directly or indirectly with a third person. Other times, triangulation works as a divide and conquer tactic. Now, for example, your best friend is jealous of one of your most recent friendships. They may say to you, I don't know why, but John or Mary said some really rude things about you the other night. I defended you, of course. And then this narcissist will go to John or Mary and say the same thing about you. So narcissist triangulation may also be about getting you involved in their conflict with someone else. Maybe the narcissist will ask you to defend them publicly and make you feel guilty if you don't. Maybe the narcissist will tell you to intervene on their behalf to do something that could be embarrassing for them to do. So triangulation can be damaging because it creates a sense of insecurity and fuels unhealthy competition. It is a way for the narcissist to maintain control and keep their partner striving for approval. Number 3, narcissistic game and tactic that narcissists love playing is threats and intimidation. In some cases, narcissists may resort to threats and intimidation to maintain control over their partners. They want to control who you meet and what you do in your free time. Their ultimate goal is to isolate you so that you will become fully dependent on them. Now, this could involve threats of harm to themselves. The narcissist will threaten to harm themselves, to harm their partner, or even their loved ones. They might also use intimidation tactics such as shouting, towering over their partner, or aggressive body language to create fear. Threats and intimidation are serious red flags in any relationships, and it indicates high toxicity and potential danger. Number 4, top game that narcissists play and to manipulate their partners is silent treatment. The silent treatment is a form of emotional withdrawal. This is when the narcissist ignores you or gives you the cold shoulder in order to make you feel bad. By withholding communication or affection, the narcissist aims to punish their victim, to punish their partner for perceived slights or to enforce compliance with their wishes. Ignoring someone is a very painful form of abuse, making the victim feel invisible and worthless. It is also a way of exerting power and control over the victim. The emotional impact of the silent treatment can be substantial, often leading to feelings of anxiety, confusion, and desperation. The narcissist refuses to communicate and uses emotional or physical withdrawal as punishment. This is to convey contempt and communicates that the person is not worthy of the manipulator's acknowledgement. They will ignore you and play hard to get. So, to belittle you, they will acknowledge everyone in the room except you. When you try to connect with them, they act bored or disinterested. They leave the room when you enter or purposely look away whenever you speak to them. The goal here is to render the victim powerless, to change the current situation and induce feelings of abandonment or rejection. Number 5, manipulative game and tactic that narcissists love using is emotional blackmail and manipulation. The narcissist may use guilt, fear, or obligation to coerce their partners into complying with their wishes. The narcissist will use your emotions against you in order to get what they want. For example, they might say, if you loved me, you would do this for me. This could range from subtle manipulation to overt threats. Narcissists and manipulators use your own emotions against you. They do this by triggering or evoking an emotional response from you. They then shame you for your response. They'll defend their behavior by saying they were only joking, or they will have a laugh and then add insult to injury by telling you that you're being overly emotional or too sensitive. Instead of focusing on their actions, when you are outraged about anything they do, they prefer to draw attention to your negative feelings. When you protest their unfair behavior, they will denigrate you and may even attack you because of your happy feelings. You will eventually learn to repress your feelings as a result of this manipulation technique that enables the narcissist to avoid responsibility and maintain power. Other ways, all right, that the narcissists manipulate you, they'll tell you they love you to get sex, or they will try to make you angry or sad or jealous, anything to get what they want. Narcissists know that if they can make you feel something, then they can make you do something. Emotional manipulation can take a severe toll on a person's mental health. It can lead to feelings of guilt, anxiety, and low self-esteem. It is a tactic that thrives on the insecurities and fears of the person on the receiving end, making it a particularly insidious form of manipulation. Number six game and manipulative tactic that narcissists love using is they pressure you into making rash decisions. The moment you start feeling you are under pressure to do something, then you are making a decision from a fear-based mindset. You are making a decision from a fear of running out of time, fear of losing out, fear of a missed opportunity. Remember, there's this adage that says, what is meant for you won't pass you by. Therefore, the narcissist can even pressurize you for sex. All right. Now, number seven game and manipulative tactic that narcissists employ, they use, is monitoring and stalking you. The narcissist monitors you. They stalk you, your movements. They also monitor your computer usage. They monitor your phone usage. And even they use surveillance equipment like CCTV and other gadgets in order to follow your every move. That is what narcissists will do. The goal of the narcissist here is simple: to maintain knowledge of everything their victim says and does. They want knowledge of everything, when their victim is coming and going. They want to know. And they also want to know who you are talking to, who you know. Number 8 manipulative tactic and game that narcissists love playing is they play hot and cold games. This is one of the ways that the narcissist will try to manipulate you. All right? That is playing manipulative hot and cold games. One week, one day, the narcissist is flattering you to get you to do what they want. And the next day or the next week, they are using aggression. They are very cold on you. They are very hot on you. The negative moments are interspersed with positive ones, so that you might not even realize that you are being manipulated. Number 9 manipulative tactic that narcissists use, they quiet your voice. Narcissists may shut down your opinions quickly. The less personalized and individualized you are, the more control someone has over you. You constantly make suggestions for plans that get immediately nixed, or you have an opinion on the news and you're told you are wrong. So if you feel like you can no longer have ideas that are your own, or your opinions get shut down, then you are probably being manipulated by a narcissist. The other game or manipulative tactic narcissists use is projection. A narcissist may blame others for their undesirable conduct when they are unable to control their unpleasant emotions or acknowledge them. This is when the projection is when the narcissist projects their own qualities and faults onto you. Narcissists have a habit of accusing others of doing what in fact they are doing. For example, the narcissist might say, "You are so selfish," when they are the ones who are actually selfish. An unreliable narcissist will claim that you are very unreliable and undependable, and that you have let them down. So a narcissist may think that someone else is angry, while in fact they are the ones who are upset and hungry, but they find it uncomfortable. That may also show up in romantic relationships, when a partner is accused of sleeping around with everybody, of cheating, of infidelity, while it is the narcissist who's very unfaithful, not loyal to their marriage. So narcissists who frequently lie will accuse you of being a liar, of being untrustworthy. Narcissists tend to be unaware of such hypocrisies. They accuse in an instant, then become convinced of the accusations. Projecting allows the narcissist to avoid responsibility for their dysfunctional behavior while putting others on the defensive. When someone is unable to handle their negative feelings or acknowledge their bad behaviors, they may project them onto someone else. In these situations, in these cases, the recipient of their narcissistic projection is usually accused of doing the very same things that the individual is doing themselves. Projection is a defense mechanism commonly used by narcissists to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. They deflect their shortcomings, their mistakes, or undesirable feelings onto their partner. This can manifest as blaming their partner for their failures, attributing their feelings of jealousy or insecurity to their partner, or accusing their partner of the very behaviors they are guilty of. Projection is one of the ego defense mechanisms first identified by Sigmund Freud. It is a way of dealing with difficult emotions by denying they exist within ourselves and attributing them to someone else instead. So narcissists use this projection tactic extensively because it allows them to avoid taking responsibility for their own behavior. Manipulative tactic that narcissists use on their victims is blame shifting. This is a strategy that narcissists love using to evade personal responsibility. Instead of acknowledging and apologizing for their mistakes, they will find a way to shift the blame onto their partner. For example, the narcissist who is projecting may believe that someone else is angry, when in reality they are the ones who are angry, but they are uncomfortable with this feeling. This may also be evident in many romantic relationships in the form of accusing a partner of cheating, when in fact, it is the narcissist who is unfaithful. They'll blame their partner. Now, blame shifting and projection are closely related. Number 13, manipulative game and tactic that narcissists use is gaslighting. The term gaslighting is actually based on an old movie called Gaslight, wherein the husband tries to make his wife feel like she's losing her mind. Now, this is the core idea behind gaslighting, this movie. Gaslighting is a tactic narcissists use in order to make others feel small, worthless, and insecure, which feeds the narcissist's need for superiority and power. Gaslighting is a form of mental abuse that is designed to make people feel as if they are going crazy, simply by telling them that they are crazy. So a narcissist feels that they can't do anything wrong. When confronted about mistakes, the narcissist will be defensive and they might deny your reality or recollection of events. The narcissist will try to make you question your own reality. They might say things like, you are imagining things, or you are being paranoid. Gaslighting is also very effective at invalidating the victim's thoughts, feelings, or experiences. The narcissist might say that something didn't happen, or it is not their fault that you feel that way. So phrases such as, you are imagining things, you never told me that, it wasn't that bad, you must be losing your mind, and it didn't happen like that. These are common statements employed by the narcissist to make you deny your truth. These are all examples of typical gaslighting behavior. Gaslighting is a manipulative behavior designed for self-gain and even for sport. It is designed to weaken, to trick, and to destabilize the victim. Gaslighters will deny that they said something or did something that you know they said or did. They move through the world dishonestly. That's what gaslighters do. So, narcissists use gaslighting, which is a form of severe emotional manipulation, where the goal of this gaslighter or this narcissist is to sow seeds of confusion. This aims to make you doubt your own thoughts, emotions, or reality. Narcissistic gaslighting is typically a long-term, gradual technique. The ultimate intention of gaslighting is to keep you under tight control and dependent on the narcissist. So the thing is, the more someone gaslights you, the more you begin to doubt yourself and wonder if they are right. So dealing with gaslighting can take a toll on your self-esteem and mental health. So there are many more ways that someone can gaslight you, a narcissist can gaslight you. They might say, I did it because I love you. They might tell you, you are too sensitive. And that they can even tell you, nobody has ever done this for you. Nobody has ever done for you what I have done. So all these are forms of gaslighting. Number 14, manipulative tactic and manipulative game that narcissists use. They make life difficult for you. Ease and flow will put you at rest and make you feel empowered and focused. And this is a narcissist and a manipulator's worst nightmare. They don't want you focused. They don't want you empowered. They want to be able to control you. So to get you back where they want you, they will disrupt your peace and counter everything you do and say. So the more agreeable you are, the more disagreeable the narcissist becomes. The nicer you are, the nastier the narcissist becomes. The narcissist is. So if you need help, the narcissist will be unavailable. If you need affection, the narcissist will withhold the affection. If you say it is white in color, they will insist it is black. If you say it is red, they'll say it's blue. If you say let's go left, they'll tell you let's go north, or let's go right. If you say let's go north, they'll say let's go south. If you say left, they'll say right. So the narcissist deliberately undermines and invalidates everything you say and do. So a frustrated, angry, and exhausted victim of the narcissist is what the narcissist requires and needs. They will do whatever it takes to put you where they want you to be. So notice when you are being countered and simply learn to disengage from all this. Now, another manipulative game and tactic that narcissists use is brainwashing. This is also referred to as heart washing. It is the act of changing a person's mind or heart by using extreme mental or emotional pressure or abuse. It is typically done when the victim is extremely outmatched by their narcissist, either mentally, physically, economically, or socially. It can be achieved. This brainwashing can achieve a number of ways, and it can also put the victim in a situation where they feel they cannot escape. And it will involve several tactics simultaneously done by the narcissist. So the goal of this manipulation tactic by the narcissist is to convince their victim into believing their viewpoints about life, about people, about the world. All right? And they want to control their victims, in short. So number 16 manipulative game the narcissists use is that they don't let you to be yourself. A narcissist will often view a partner who operates as an individual as a threat. A manipulative person is not in a relationship to honor you as an individual. They are in the relationship to craft you into their ideal person. In their eyes of the narcissist, you are a walking reflection of their ego. And if you don't look good, then the narcissist is perceived as a less human being. They may be critical, or they may try to control everything try to control everything about you, from the food you eat, the food choices, the kind of restaurants you go to eat your meals. They don't even ask your opinion. Or they might go buy you clothes without enabling you to choose your outfit. So if you try to step into your individuality, then the narcissist will ridicule you. They'll mock you into submission. Number 17, manipulative game or tactic the narcissists use is they treat you like a baby. In short, they infantilize you. Narcissists infantilize you. They see themselves as superior and you as weaker, inferior. So narcissists may talk down to others or use a tone of voice that a parent might use with a child. They may treat others as possessing lesser intelligence or having fewer rights. Demeaning others makes narcissists feel superior. So to manipulate you, they will emphasize your age. They'll emphasize your lack of skills. They'll emphasize your experience and make you feel like a baby or a child. They may even use baby talk when addressing you in public, which puts you in a subservient position. They may also define the meaning of words or over-explain certain concepts as if you are stupid. The number 18 manipulative tactic and games that narcissists use, they use shock, awe, and guilt. Narcissists continue to gain control of their victims in their lives by eliciting difficult emotions. After going through a period of grooming someone for a close relationship, after love bombing you, the narcissist moves on to using shock, awe, and guilt to control you and to maintain that control. Number 19 manipulative game and tactic narcissists use, they are fault finders. Narcissists and manipulators, generally, they need you to be very weak. They will need you to be unsure of yourself, confused. So to make sure they have you right where they need you, they will constantly criticize you and undermine you. They'll play up your faults and failures and downplay or ignore your positive traits and successes. The narcissist, they will always have to knock you down so that you're not sure of yourself. Number 20, manipulative game and tactic narcissists use. They try to reduce or control your feelings. You can't help how you feel, but narcissists will try to gain control anyway. And if you try to express anything different than what they want you to feel, then they'll be quick to dismiss it. Some of the common phrases that the narcissists, that will come from the narcissist partner's mouth are, "You are overreacting." You know, the narcissist will tell their partner, "You're overreacting. All right? You're fine. And there's nothing wrong with you." The moment you express concerns to your narcissist about yourself, they tell you you're overreacting. You are fine. So the number 21 manipulative game and tactic narcissists use is hoovering. The term hoovering comes from the brand name Vacuum Hoover. It describes the narcissist's attempts to reel their partners back into the relationship after separation or conflict. This could involve promises to change, expressions of love and affection, or playing on their partner's feelings of guilt or sympathy. Hoovering takes place when a narcissist attempts to win a person back. This is comparable to the love bombing stage, the idealization stage, in that the narcissist may employ similar tactics such as showering a person with gifts and praise. However, this time it is to win someone back after breakup or conflict. So in these cases, they feel as though they might be losing control over you, or that you want to get, or they want to get this person, they want to get you back on their side. So the narcissist will send you text constantly, messages constantly. They'll post on social media, send to make sure you see good stuff that will take you back to them. They'll send they'll send gifts to you randomly. They'll take you on expensive dinners. So the victim of the narcissist will be sucked back into this former relationship. Number 22 manipulative game and tactic that narcissists use is they lie. A lie is a false statement deliberately presented as the truth. So some narcissists will say anything to get what they want. They will do it frequently and improve over time until it comes naturally. They're master manipulators, master liars. Number 23 manipulative game and tactic narcissists use. They refuse to give you what you need. Narcissists avoid taking responsibility for their actions at all costs. So to hide their deception, they use the manipulation tactic of withholding. For example, they won't answer direct questions. Instead, they will throw a tantrum. They will shout or threaten you to get you off the scent. They will skillfully divert and deflect the conversation away from what you need and willfully evade your questions. They will withhold information, approval, validation, finances, affection, and assistance in order to keep you off balance. Number 24 manipulative game and tactic that narcissists use is smear campaign. A narcissistic smear campaign occurs when a narcissist creates a web of lies or exaggerations in order to discredit and isolate a person. And it is typically done publicly and to anyone who will listen, that is, including the victim's friends and family. So, for instance, a person breaks up with their partner and their ex in turn begins to spread rumors about them within their support system, within, for instance, their social circles. So, slowly, you will start noticing that your supporters, your friends, your family are turning away from you and they're reducing contact. Maybe it's because of that smear campaign. Number 25 manipulative game used by the narcissist is positive reinforcement. If a manipulator narcissist gives a gift, it is only because they expect something in return, or they expect to deceive you into believing that they genuinely care. Compliance is bought and paid for with gifts, attention, approval, money, and superficial charm, interests, or concern for the victim. So the narcissist will retract anything positive as soon as the victim fails to comply with their demands, hence proving it was superficial all along. Number 26, manipulative game and tactic used by the narcissist. They feed off your pain. The only way the narcissist can feel powerful is at the expense of your pain and suffering. They will lie to you, they will cheat you, they'll manipulate you to get what they want. Your pain is the narcissist's pleasure. They set you up for failure from the word go. Then they sabotage you to deliberately undermine you and your efforts in every way. They need you weak, hurting, frustrated, and in pain, in agony, in order to feel powerful and in control. Number 27. Manipulative game used by the narcissist. It is ghosting. Ghosting is number 27 manipulative tactic and game used by the narcissist. It is a way of disappearing so that the person on the receiving end of their abandonment is left hanging and wondering what they did wrong or why they were discarded. A narcissist will use this ghosting tactic to make the other person feel bad about themselves and wonder why they are being rejected. When it comes to ghosting, it is very important to be honest with yourself and not to jump to conclusions. It is also important to remember that narcissists like to play games and that you might be getting played. So ghosting happens when someone suddenly stops communicating with you without warning. It can happen in any relationship, but more typically in a dating scenario. You finally accepted to date this person who has been bombarding you with attention for the last few days, few weeks, maybe few months, and then one day after a date, you try to check their Instagram, their Facebook profile, their their WhatsApp, and you find that you've been blocked. This has to be a mistake of some kind. You start thinking to yourself. So you text them, then nothing, no feedback. Hours later, you try calling them, nothing. You realize they've blocked you. You've been ghosted. The act of ghosting is a power move that someone with narcissistic personality may use. The narcissists use this for many reasons. All right, they ghost you because maybe they lost interest and they want to avoid the conflict of telling you this personally. It may be that they want to see your reaction and how much you care. So, ghosting is just another big manipulative tactic, a breakup game that the narcissists use to feel that they had the last word and that they have all control in the relationship. So sometimes the narcissist may come back after ghosting if they want something from you, but most likely many times they just disappear. Now, guilt tripping is another manipulative game tactic used by the narcissist. Guilt tripping. When someone tries to get you to do something because you feel bad for them, then they're guilt tripping you. So this guilt tripping behavior can be difficult to recognize, especially if you do not know the person well, or if you have not been exposed to this form of manipulation before. However, a narcissist will often use this guilt tripping method to convince others not to do something or to give up control over a certain situation. Number 29 manipulative game and strategy used by narcissists is that they use shame against you. All right, narcissists will carry a lot of shame in them. They have a lot of shame, but this shame is generally outside their awareness. Therefore, these narcissists tend to discharge their unpleasant feelings on those around them. By humiliating you, they know they can hurt you. So when you are in pain, you are weak. Once again, just where the narcissist wants you. So the narcissist aim in shaming you is to make you feel bad about yourself. They might say things like, you are so stupid, you are worthless. They want to destroy your self-confidence so that you will be less likely to push back or to try to break free from their abuse. So the narcissist may question your legitimacy. They may rub a failure in your face. That way they feel they have one up you. They have wound up you. So in addition, you receiving this shaming, you may feel that you have to defend or explain yourself, which gives the narcissist even more ammunition to shame you more. So the goal of this shaming is to create feelings of worthlessness and inadequacy within you. So in this vulnerable state, you can not easily, you can't easily be yourself. You'll find yourself getting into submission. The number 30 manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is isolation from friends and family. Narcissists will try to isolate their partners. They'll try to isolate you, their victim, from their support networks and net of friends and family, so that they can gain as much access of control as possible. So this is a subtle, gradual process where the narcissist makes their partner feel guilty for spending time with others, or the narcissist sows seeds of doubt about the intentions of your loved ones. And this is something that will happen every time, over time. And you may not be aware of your actions until you suddenly feel like you've lost touch with all relationships in your life, except the narcissist. You realize they've isolated you. Now, the number 31 manipulative game used by narcissists is playing the victim. This tactic is in use when the narcissist tries to make you feel sorry for them or tries to garner sympathy from you. The narcissist portrays him or herself as a victim of circumstance, that their behavior is only like that because of someone else's fault, or they accidentally found themselves in that situation. So narcissists are highly reactive to any form of criticism. Because it is difficult for them to engage in self-reflection, they may need to justify themselves when things aren't going their way. So this often means the narcissist putting blame on somebody else when things are not working out. So a narcissist will often play the victim after engaging in harmful or vengeful behaviors, turning any sympathy and attention onto themselves. They might do so, all right, by saying that they were the ones who were hurt or manipulated, and that it is not the real victim who was hurt. The narcissist will play the victim to justify something that was not in their hands. They'll blame others for the disappointment that they feel, and this blaming others makes the narcissist feel better, all right, than the idea that they did not succeed. So the goal of playing victim as a manipulative tactic is for the narcissist to gain pity, sympathy, or evoke compassion, and escaping any blame for wrongdoing, or even getting support and cooperation from unsuspecting outsiders. So playing victim is an important part of the DARVO response. What I mean by DARVO response, it is an acronym for deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. This response is often used by narcissists and perpetrators when they are confronted with their behavior. The number 32 manipulative tactic and game used by narcissists is revenge. When a narcissist feels wronged, they'll go into revenge-seeking mode. If they feel they've been wronged, embarrassed, rejected, or treated unfairly, it can provoke an intense sense of shame, humiliation, and rage. So this normally we call it narcissistic rage or injury. So the narcissist will go into revenge mode, revenge-seeking mode. And it may be in the form of a smear campaign, slander, abuse, property destruction, and in some extreme cases, physical violence. The number 33 manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is minimization. This is denial coupled with gaslighting. Narcissists systematically minimize anything that makes them look or feel bad. They may make excuses for their bad behavior by blaming others. They may deny outright that they have done anything destructive. Narcissists know that minimizing and stonewalling is hard for others to fight. Narcissists will also use minimization to invalidate the victim's experiences and emotions. It is also a way of deflecting responsibility away from them, the narcissist, and onto the victim. So they will try to make your experiences or feelings seem small or unimportant. They might say things like it is not a big deal, or that you are overreacting. Sometimes the invalidation is so effective that the victim ends up apologizing to narcissists for having the tendency to get offended when abused. So the narcissist asserts that their behavior is not really as harmful or irresponsible as someone else may be claiming. So many times, the narcissist will compare things and people. They might say, he who is without sin, let them be the first one to throw a stone. So such logic, yes, may be present, but they're using it to minimize situations. Their minimizing reveals a double standard. When a narcissist insults or hurts another person, they hardly give it a second thought. But when a narcissist feels slighted, it can feel like the end of the world to them. Number 34, manipulative tactic and game used by the narcissist, they make you feel special. These narcissists can go out of their way to make you feel very special, not because they genuinely value something about you, but to manipulate you. In their personal relationships, narcissists gain control over others by playing to the people, those people desire to feel special and highly valued. A narcissist will tell you, although I just met you, it is clear that you are exceptionally talented, gifted, you're bright, intelligent, and capable. You see, such words are meant to make you feel special. Number 35, manipulative tactic and game used by narcissists is divide and conquer. Narcissists will use the divide and conquer tactic in order to keep people apart. It's also a form of triangulation. The narcissist will fail to communicate with you, and then they'll go behind your back and turn the other members of the group against you. Then what makes this damaging is that you will have no idea that this is going on. So you will start noticing that people are treating you differently, or people are avoiding you, and then you'll have no idea why they're doing that. So the narcissist will have you right where they want you. They'll isolate you from your support system, and so that they can control you. The number 36 manipulative tactic and game that narcissists use is that they are passive aggressive. There is nothing passive about passive aggression, but it is just as violent as overt aggression. But narcissists love doing everything undercover or hidden. So they will deliberately provoke or poke or trigger you. Then they will dishonor your boundaries. And then just to see you, how you respond, to provoke a negative reaction in you. So they'll frame insults as constructive criticism, and they'll give advice when none was requested. So once again, the goal of the narcissist is to belittle you, to demean you, to devalue you while covering up their tracks. Number 37, manipulative tactic used by the narcissist is the devaluation tactic, the discard tactic. You see, once the idealization phase is over, the narcissist devalues you. They belittle you, they criticize you, they ignore you. So their number 38 manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is entanglement. Narcissists have little problem disregarding boundaries, and this disrespect can escalate into narcissistic manipulation. So narcissists, they will not hesitate to say or do whatever they want to you in front of you or behind your back, as they have no regard for your particular needs. So entanglement can be subtle, and the harm that it builds up over time will be, you'll discover it when it's too late. So being entangled prevents you from expressing your feelings, from seeking support, and even from setting healthy limits. Number 39 game manipulative tactic used by narcissists is telling you your reality. Narcissists believe they have special insight into others and feel justified in naming others' reality. They may say things such as, I know you better than you know yourself. I understand you more than you understand yourself. By labeling others' thoughts, feelings, and motivations, narcissists want to gain an upper hand by making you doubt yourself. Number 40 manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is deflection. Narcissists will employ this deflection strategy to avoid answering straight questions and being exposed for lying. So they might try to avoid you by changing the subject to something else or answer in a way that is unconnected, in a way that is not clear, ambiguous, or meaningless. So the narcissist wants to throw others off and divert their focus. By doing so, they avoid having to accept responsibility for their actions. Another manipulative game and strategy used by narcissists is amplification. This is a common narcissistic manipulation tactic in even romantic relationships. And the narcissist seeks to emphasize failure and downplay achievement in your life. Amplification is when the narcissist blows things out of proportion in order to make you feel like you are always doing something wrong. So this amplification manipulative tactic is often accompanied by narcissistic rage in an attempt to terrify the victim into submission. So your accomplishments won't be acknowledged or praised, but your flaws, your mistakes, your errors will be painfully detailed. The eventual goal is to diminish you so that the narcissist may take control of the spotlight. Number 42 manipulative game and strategy used by narcissists is narcissists, they feel entitled to get what they want by any means necessary. As a result, they may endlessly badger others with demands, questions, and opinions. They pressurize you to give answers immediately. They pressurize you to make instant decisions. And they'll keep lying to you. So if lying to you makes it true, they'll keep doing that. They won't listen to other people's opinions, viewpoints. And they will be very angry or furious when questions are asked. Narcissists fail to recognize how much they offend others. And even if they do recognize it, they don't care, or they just are happy or delighted with doing so. They get a narcissistic supply from that. Narcissists have found that in many cases, other people will become exhausted and giving. So for them, that is their mission number one. It's mission accomplished. Number 43, manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is going nuclear. Narcissists are generally not adept at containing their strongest impulses or feelings. So they feel free to throw tantrums, getting angry, verbally abuse you, call you names, or create drama and make a scene. So these larger than life feelings and reactions make the narcissist feel powerful, and they discharge uncomfortable feelings or thoughts. These actions will make others go on the defensive. So number 44, manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is flattering. The narcissists love to be complimented, and they believe that others also love praise. Sometimes they'll flatter as a way to induce you to respond in a certain way. So they may try to stroke your ego to get something they want from you, or to create dependency. Or they may pour on false flattery to diffuse any attempts by others to hold them accountable for their negative behaviors. Number 45, manipulative game used by narcissists is financial abuse. There are three types of financial abuse that narcissists use to try to control you. There is the employment sabotage. And the narcissist in your life will manipulate you to get you to quit your job or to prevent you from finding a job. And a simple example of employment sabotage could be that the narcissist in your life will pressurize you into leaving your job or to destroy the materials that you need to work. Number 2, type of financial abuse is economic exploitation, and this is when the narcissist in your life intentionally destroys your financial resources, and the narcissist in your life may destroy your credit cards and refuse to make payments. So this will be considered clearly it's an economic exploitation. Then there's the controlling the finances type of financial abuse. And the narcissist here in your life will manipulate to control your financial stability. An example of this financial abuse is where the narcissist in your life will force you to ask for permission to buy things that you need. You want to buy anything, you have to ask them. Now, unfortunately, the financial abuse is to blame. It is one of the major reasons for the continuation of many narcissistic relationships. And it is actually financial abuse is one of the most powerful tactics that narcissists use to control their victims. Number 46, manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is stonewalling. When someone refuses to participate in the communication or connection of the relationship, that is stonewalling. And the most obvious form of stonewalling that narcissists use is the silent treatment. Silent treatment is refusal to communicate verbally and electronically with someone who is trying to communicate and elicit a response. So it is very common for those experiencing the silent treatment to feel invisible, invalidated, and unimportant. So stonewalling can also manifest in the form of gaslighting. Then there's future faking. Future faking refers to manipulation tactic that occurs when someone makes a false promise in the future to get you to do what they want in the present. Then number 48, manipulative tactic and game that narcissists use is the use of flying monkeys. A flying monkey is a person that a narcissist manipulates into helping them abuse, control, and manipulate others. The main purpose of a flying monkey is to isolate you, to discredit you, and to control you that you're being abused by the narcissist. So because of this, it is common for narcissists to use flying monkeys when they are trying to control you. Imagine, for instance, you get into an argument with the narcissist in your life because you feel like they are being too controlling. Most likely you find the narcissist wanting to get the power back and control over you by sending a flying monkey to gaslight you. So the flying monkey could say something like, they'll gaslight you by saying, I think that you are overreacting. They are just trying to keep you safe. You need to be more grateful that you have someone who loves you as much as they do. That is what the flying monkey will tell you. Number 49, manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is narcissistic rage. Fear is a very powerful emotion that narcissists use to control the people that they abuse. The most common manipulation tactic that they use to create fear is narcissistic rage. So, narcissistic rage is an explosive, unpredictable, and unjustifiable response that narcissists have when they experience narcissistic injuries. And when by narcissistic injury we mean emotional traumas that overwhelm an individual's defense mechanisms and devastate their pride and self-worth. So narcissists experience narcissistic injuries when they experience a contradiction to their identity. And number 50, manipulative game and tactic used by narcissists is the intermittent reinforcement. And what we mean by intermittent reinforcement is the delivery of a reward at irregular intervals. Intermittent reinforcement is actually one of the most powerful manipulation tactics that narcissists use to control you. And the bonus tip is that narcissists use to control you and manipulate you. The game they play is in the cycle of idealization, devaluation, and discard. The narcissist is known to idealize you, devalue, and finally they'll discard you. In the idealization stage, we know what happens. It's all about love bombing. Then in the devaluation stage, the narcissist starts looking down upon you, putting you down, comparing you to others, emotionally withdrawing from you, giving you silent treatment, and generally mistreating you. Then we have the discard. Here the narcissist abandons you in the most painful, horrific, demeaning way that you can ever imagine, to make you feel worthless and useless. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. All right, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Share this video widely to all those who may need it. Remember, knowledge is power, information is power, and learning is a superpower. I love you all to the moon and back. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video.